Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. What I want to talk about now is what are my options? And the thing is, I I was thinking, you know, when it's rest period for me, and that is when I'm when I'm on the ranch in Oklahoma, or when I'm at the hotel in Guatemala. I get a sense of calmness. And what is that sense of calmness? That's what I thought, let me recreate that. And what it is when I'm not thinking of options, then everything is calm. Now, and the reason I'm saying that is it seemed like, man, the what makes an adventure an adventure is there's so much unknown, and with this unknown comes variables, and you you have to figure the if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do that, this is going to happen. And all of this is basically like business. Business is run the same way. I look for options. In whatever business that I'm working on at that particular time, I think, what are the options? And then once I figure out what the options are, I make the decision and I go for it. And after that, I'm into calmness. So, um, so the thing is, now I say I've mentioned I've been in business all my life, so I know what thinking of options is and how to do it. And I talk about it. You do a lot of it at night before I go to bed, or in the evening. That's when I do my brainstorming and try to think of options. And then I go to sleep on it, and then the next day I'm ready to go do things. Boy, I haven't been able to do that here uh, because everything is so well. When it started, everything was so up in the air. I really don't know if these are true options. Now, I've been here long enough now, and I've been able to understand the culture and the mentality of the people, and it's not quite like Central America and South America. I mean, there's always tomorrow, and they don't get in a hurry on anything. I mean, it's really hard to motivate them to get something done. So it's hard to figure out what my options are and act on them. And here, I've figured out it's kind of the same way. Now, the difference is here they look you in the face and they say, yeah, we're going to go do that. And it doesn't always work out that way. And a lot of times you don't hear from them anymore. So you think you got something going, you're figuring out your options, and you say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And the next thing you know, it doesn't show up, doesn't turn out that way. One of the things that I heard before I came, I'm here in China, and was you got to be punctual. And I've learned that's not the case. They are not punctual. We're back to there's a saying, I've heard it. I've heard it here, and I've heard it in Central America and South America. And that is, when you do business with Americans, things are different. And they're right, because one of those things is we are punctual. When we make a decision, we're ready to follow up on this decision. And we don't lollygag around. If we see there's a problem coming, we are ready to do something about it. In Central America, they they would rather wait until the problem gets there, and then we'll see what happens. Uh, Here, there's going to be a problem. We just ignore it, so don't worry about it. And so both of them are kind of like just kind of go with the flow kind of thing. And the American mentality, when it comes to, especially when it comes to business, is it's business. We got to get things going. We want to get better the quality of our work. We're always looking to improve quality. That's not the case in other parts of the world. And so we look for options on what we can do to better things. So options is a big thing. And now I'm not saying all Americans are that way. I'm just saying the Americans I associate with are. I mean, we try to improve ourselves, and we try to improve our business. We try to improve our lives. We try to improve everything around us, and it's funny because I do the same thing even when I travel, the places I go and stuff. The people I'm with when I'm in these places, I try. What can I do to improve their lives? So and I'm not sure if that is because the United States is a Christian-based type of country. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. Because here in China, I saw the Christian church, and I thought, well, what can I do? I wanted to figure out what I could do to help them, and I was looking for options on what I can do to help them. Well, come turn out, they don't have the same mentalities as I do, and so their interests was different. So, but anyway, so options is a big thing. The more you look at options, then it's easier the next time you get in a situation where, because you picked the wrong options before, the right option doesn't make any difference. So you have something to go by the next time. So the more you try to avoid options, the more you try to, let's do the same thing we did for, the more you do like that, you're limiting on what you can do. So and that's another reason why I really dislike being by myself. When I'm traveling like this by myself, and even if I was to have somebody here, unless we have a relationship, that's what's good about the relationship. When you have a relationship with somebody, then you get in the mind of the other person. That's why you're brainstorming, and you're able to look for options and be more sincere about it instead of just thinking of yourself. Okay, well, these are options, and really you're thinking what's best for me. And when you have a relationship with somebody, it's not you are not the important thing, and it's a different kind of thing. So, and this is something I realized that when it comes to options, I'm always ready for options. I'm always ready to improve, and that's why I'm not scared of change. And I've done enough stuff now. You might sometimes people think, well, you just don't want to change, but hey, I'm not worried about the change. I'm worried about the change for the better. But like I say, I've seen a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I know change is not always to the positive. Now, so these are things you need to think on, but you need to always be ready for options and be open for options. That's what brainstorming is, relationships, and experience. It really gives you options. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.